Okay, Cancer. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I don't mean to be so serious so quickly, but I felt so dry when I got into your energy. Like dry enough for me to get my big tin, this is not a promotion, of Nivea. And then I was gonna go ahead and just like go ahead and lotion up or what have you, like before I got on. And Spirit was like, no, somebody needs to hear this. So Cancers, you are a water sign. And I don't have a lot of water in my chart, but I know how healing water is for me. And I'm feeling like maybe parched. You are feeling parched. Apparently somebody needed to have a visual of like, you need some moisture in your life. And that just sounded awkward. But I'm talking about go sit by water, go sit in the bathtub. Like I know for me, I'm not, I say I'm not a huge shower taker. I'm just not one of those people that's like, I need 2 showers a day. Like I'm usually good every day and a half or what have you. And if I have a shower available to me every day, I will take it. But if I'm in like a weird Airbnb where I'm like sharing it with like 7 people or what have you, I can definitely like, I've got my baby wipes to do a horse bath. Before now I have my little flip-flops in there, but I'm just still really weird about other people's. It's mainly their energy. It has nothing to do with the cleanliness. I mean, it has to do with the cleanliness, but you know, that's something I can take into my own hands, right? I can go get a sponge and go under the sink and clean the shower before I get in it. That's not really the big deal. It's more of the feeling of it. And so for me, to like, I mean, I was in Gemini in energy, and then I got into Cancer, which I will admit, I'm hesitant to get into any type of water sign because of this watery Scorpio moon. Scorpionic moon is really, really starting to affect me pretty early in the cycle, if you will. As far as the insomnia goes, that's kind of how it happens for me. But the Scorpio moons or full moons are kind of a big moon for me spiritually in my spiritual cycle. And yeah, everything is popping off, right? The intuition, everything is like, and I just got the moon card the other night, which is the first night that I started doing readings back on here. I'm starting to mellow out a little bit. I'm starting to feel better. Yeah, it's like moisture, like drink more water. I've got my water here. I definitely have the things that deprive me of hydration. Right? Keeps me grounded. It's kind of like one of those things where I'm not going to get into that, but even having this glass of water, especially if you are like a Cancer ascendant, is there a spider? Sorry, I can't see anything. I don't have my contacts in because I have an eye infection. Well, I'm not going to manifest that anymore. I had an eye infection. It's 3 days now since I've put contacts in. They're feeling better. Obviously, I'm staring into a ring light. It is better. But it's also the universe that was just saying, like, you need to focus on the little things and we're going to go ahead and make you do it. But yeah, even being in the vicinity of a glass of water. Who is that doctor? I don't know. Okay, apparently we need to talk a lot about water right now. Cancer, what is going on with you? Where are we at? I got to keep these really short. For the IGTV, I got to keep them under 15 minutes, and I just want to ramble on, but I'm going to tell you like the importance of water. Well, not necessarily, I guess it's not very, it doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense in my head. So there is a guy, he's more than a guy, he's a doctor, he's a scholar, he's a scientist, what have you, that looked at the molecules of what water looked like when it froze around people that were like, it's kind of like talking to the plants type of thing, if you've ever heard that. People that said bad things to the water, and the water froze. Excuse me. Wow. I'm doing everything on camera, like burping and doing lotion and talking about water with my dirty glass and everything like that. Maybe you feel exposed, maybe you feel vulnerable, maybe you feel like everybody can like see. Oh, Cancer, you don't like that. Out of any sign in the entire zodiac, Cancers would not, like, you are the crab shell, you are the retreater, so you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling exposed, and that's how it's coming up, manifesting itself in this reading. Got it. Okay. It's okay to be vulnerable because you know what? You still always have that crab shell, but you're coming out of your crab shell. I feel like there's this vulnerability, but then there's not a vulnerability. It's like a trusting of yourself. It's not trusting other people and other people. Like, it's definitely like a tete-a-tete, like, what do they think? I don't care what they think. What do they think? You know, actually, I don't feel like it's very Gemini, and it does feel very Cancer-y. Like, do I put my leg is out there, but there's a claw attached to the end of it. Like, let's make sure everybody remembers that, right? Let's go ahead and get some cards. 8 minutes, 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in. Past energy for Cancer. Oh, but the crystals of the water that were spoken to kindly were like beautiful and gorgeous. Now, granted, art is always subjective, but I think it was talking about like the jaggedness of the crystals that were yelled at versus the flowiness of again, don't quote me. Do we have Merkaba? Dynamic and earth. Talk about a juxtaposition right there, right? This is what you were feeling in your past. That's exactly what I'm feeling, that push and pull, like the earthly part of like, what do they think? How do they feel about me? But wanting to be like that, you know, that hyper kid that runs around and goes, ding, 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 I have 14 ideas and I'm okay with starting all of these ideas. And, you know, and then you have earth, right? Very, very different energies. You can see that in the coloring of the cards. And what they're both, I mean, dynamacy, or if that's even a word, being dynamic, that's a big energy. And then earth is very like, and maybe that's something pulling on you. I'm like, do we even clarify at this? Sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm like being efficient with my time. So if I keep these readings under 15 minutes, I can post it to IG as well as YouTube. That's called efficiency, right? I'm trying to narrow down because I want to keep doing readings. These are my favorite things in the world. And now the fact that I'm not relying on it just makes it even better. And it's also a way for me to burn off energy when I have no place. Like, it's not no place to run. I could go out and run or what have you, but right now I'm blind. Like, that's not a safe thing to do. And I'm not in the greatest neighborhood. The Airbnb is amazing and it's very, very safe. But if I go a block out, you know, walk a block out, then I'm definitely, you know, I mean, there's a couple of gunshots here and there or whatever. I mean, that's a little concerning, but the price was good. I haven't had anybody in here with me, probably because of where it's located. I generally don't put myself in this kind of situation, but you know what? The last place that I was at was like in a highfalutin place or what have you, and I had one of the worst experiences I've ever had in Airbnb. So just because you're in an affluent neighborhood doesn't mean, right, it's what's happening in the home. So anywho, again, I feel like I'm just like, ugh, with you, which is very, very strange. Why am I going? Okay, I guess this is where we're going then. Next card up for you, Cancer. Let's see where we're at. No? Okay, we are. I was like, that felt weird. I was going to clarify with the animal. Sorry. Like sometimes, you know, something feels good or not. I'm going to get just a present energy. Should be time. Do you feel like you're running out of time? And your future energy is delight. Is that delight? That's freaking delight. Another 2. Holy shit. The 2s are following me. If you've been following me all week. Like, I got this reading and she's like, 2s are like major. And then I got 2 double eggs and then 2 double eggs like in a row. And then I got I can't even. I took photos of all of it. I've got like 3 double eggs. Granted, it's the same hen. She just lays twins. But I mean, again, there are no coincidences, right, with the universe. Like, it gives us what we need to, and so it's the 2 in the future, timing. So we're going to go ahead. We actually do have the time to clarify. I know we're going to clarify with this. So clarify dynamacy and earth. So what was this energy between the 2 of, truth transcends illusion. Isn't that interesting? Talking about tying in with the colors too. We've got all the blues here. We got all the greens here. And then we've got the blues and greens here. You have either been telling yourself something, or somebody's been telling you, or it's programming or whatever, that you can or you can't, or you shouldn't or you should, or someone is or they're not. Again, we were talking about that back and forth type of energy. I'm going to flip this card because it's from the last reading, but I am going to see what's on the bottom here. Always gives us despair. Despair about what? A false person. Truth transcends illusion, right? So and here's the thing, is false person is just an energy, right? It could, I mean, literally with the Lenormand, a lot of times it does mean that it's someone that you found out about, and you found out their true nature. So let's go ahead and clarify time. I just don't want to like dwell on the past anymore, right? It just gives us a backbone for the reading or what have you, where you're coming from. Believe in yourself. It's time. Because I was like, what is it time for? It's time to believe in yourself. Squirrel spirit. And squirrel spirit speaks for me specifically about work, about gathering the nuts, about like, it's time to like especially with this April energy, we're about to go into retrograde season, like the major planet retrograde season for the rest of the year. So right now, if you feel that like, let's go, things are opening up, like the momentum, go with the momentum, launch yourself out there. Let summer be that like splat on the wall where you throw everything, and then in fall, you'll see what actually sticks and what doesn't stick, right? Let's get one more. Clarify delight. I keep thinking Turkish delight from The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Clarify delight. Slow and steady. There she is. This is the Bertha card. Slow and steady delight. Like this is talking about like reaping the rewards, but it's water, right? Look at that. That's that turtle that's just in there, like in the water, just like in its element. Cancer, you got to get back into your element, right? And you got to feel comfortable. That's what a Cancer has to do. And I'm being really drawn to the circle here and like this sacral, solar plexus, right? The twos lining up here, just slow and steady wins the race. It's definitely something that I have to, there's no rush. There's no rush. You are right on track. You are right where you're supposed to be, but you have to believe in yourself. It's absolutely time to believe in yourself. You need to step over the bodies or whatever you need to do from the past and like just calibrate forward, okay? All right. Thank you, Cancer.